Hello world, this is Mag and it's Relating with Roy series, and I want to talk today about what I have learned right from our childhood, and that is impacting the way I relate with Roy today. Yeah, I was talking about our childhood in the last episode and why it was important to know something about each other's childhood. There's a lot of trauma that comes from childhood, and I was watching Black Love on OWN and just realizing how much we need to know about our childhood and our partner's childhood so we can better support each other, through the way our childhood shows up in our adulthood. In each of us, there's the inner child, I can call the little Mark, the little Roy, and sometimes they show up and you cannot relate to them at that time like you relate with the adult. So it was interesting to see that on an episode of Black Love, just like as a psychotherapist, I've been looking at it that way. But what you do in the professional world sometimes is not what you do in the personal world. Sometimes bringing the two together, finding that balance is not easy. And then finding a partner who understands that and who is also on their own journey and all of that. So, yep, we are not at the same stage, but we are kind of at the same understanding that we are each on, I will call it a healing journey, and we can support each other through it. And we are healing from a lot of things that happened to us in our childhood, or the way we interpreted the things that happened to us in our childhood. And one thing I know is that Roy not being a talkative didn't start today. He wasn't even in an environment where he could talk. He was an only child, but there was nothing to talk about. And as a child, you talk based on how people encourage you to talk. So if you want to say something and you are met with stern eyes or with a whip or something, then you stop talking. And then, well, you start to internalize more. And so expressing yourself doesn't come naturally. And or you do it in a different way. I know Roy loved drawing. I have something he drew for me back then. And I can't imagine I kept it all these years. And yeah, I know he did karate, which is another way of expressing oneself and learning how to protect oneself and stuff like that. And yeah, he loves music and we almost love the same kind of music. I don't know where it came from, yeah, so you learn all of those things, and it's very important because going forward you can easily get to common grounds and know how to communicate better and how to look at things in the same light and stuff like that, and then know that, well, you are there to complement each other. He is kind of organized in a stern kind of way person, but disorganized, but you understand those things. And me, I am more of a hood person, a street person, you can tell, right? And so it's so interesting. Those are the things I know now, and so I can show more compassion. I can hold space better for him, and I think he holds space too for me. If not, I wouldn't even be talking about him, right? So it's just beautiful, when you meet someone you knew like 3+ decades ago, and you still feel that connection. And after 18 months of waddling and seeing if you guys can really get along, yes, you really can get along. Okay, so until next time, that is it. Some of what I learned from our childhood experiences and how it's affecting the way I'm relating with Roy today.